Here today on the channel. We're back on our Divide et Impera modded Imperator Augustus campaign. We're playing as Cleopatra's Egypt. This is episode 6. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon the Gauls, Rome's last bastion of hope, which is quite weird and crazy to say. In the last episode, we managed to defeat Mark Antony on the fields of Rome, and now their vassal kingdom of Gaul defends the ancient city. Ironic how barbarians are protecting and defending the city of Roma. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Feel free to leave a dislike for whatever reason. So, in the last episode, we managed to seize southern Italy, Beneventum, Cosentia. We also managed to take the entirety of Sicily. Before that, we threw back a full stack of Lepidus's army. Legion 5, I do believe. He is currently next to Iole. Most of the Numidian armies are actually protecting Carthage, which is quite interesting. We managed to take most of the coastal region of North Africa. We managed to take out the desert nomads in Nasamones, and we've managed to bring riches, trade, and prosperity to the lands of Egypt. We also managed to take the holy city of Jerusalem for the Egyptians. So, looking at the campaign, Mark Antony. I wonder if I can join. Should I do that? No, I need to move. I need to fix up my armies just yet before we declare war upon the Gauls. But anyway, looks like Mark Antony's pushed a lot into Thrace and actually eastward, which is interesting. Pompey's nearly defeated now, only 2 territories left in Sardinia and Corsica. Lepidus does have some territories in North Africa, but he still holds his Iberian half, sort of the east coast of the Iberian Peninsula. And Octavian still has a lot of territories back towards Gaul. So let's have a look what we're dealing with here. Now, after the victory against Octavian, my armies are heavily depleted, so we're going to have to rally up here with Cleopatra before we hit the Gauls. So let's see what we're working with. So do we have any hardly any full strength? No, we don't have the finances to get more mercenaries in. So allow my adopted daughter to bring in the best troops she can, and what I'll try and do is phase out the rest. So it's not going to be the most brilliant of army builds, but we'll just sort of have to see how we go, because my army is absolutely exhausted. So that's a better army. And how much green do we have here? A lot more, which is good. So most of it's going to rally up with Cleopatra. So infantry, a lot more on this side. Slingers are at full strength as well, so maybe slightly take out some of the weaker slingers, and maybe some of the cavalry as well. They might be useful in flanking. At least keep 2. That'll be better. And how many slingers are actually in there? A lot more. And we'll probably just leave it as that. Okay, so this army is nearly at full strength with Cleopatra. We'll move it as close as we can. We'll move you like here as well. Alrighty, let's have a look at Gaul. So, who are they at war with? Mark Antony, Pompey, and Thrace. Mark Antony, I would like to get better quality relations with you. We're currently 109, which isn't too bad. But I'll join your war against Gaul if you give me a defensive alliance. No? How about a payment of some money? 1,000 will do. Rejected. How about I just join your war straight up? No, rejected. God, my husband's a prick, isn't he? Gaul's at war with Thrace and Pompey. We can't actually ask Thrace anything. Maybe Pompey might want peace if we join their war. It still bypasses it. Looks like we're just going to have to war deck them straight up, which is fine. Alrighty, let's attack them on the field. Germantia and Octavia's Rome will be both called in. Germantia stands with us, and we're already at war with Octavian, of course. And they've fled further north. Are we going to be able to give chase? Yeah, we are. We should be able to. We'll bring in my reinforcements where we can. Are we going to have enough, though? That's the thing. You might actually be able to take Rome now. Yes, you can. So you can actually go within the city itself. And we'll break that down. I thought there might have been a garrison or something being drawn in. And now that's given us movements, and it might even bring in the garrison as well. We'll see. Anyway, we'll get Cleopatra to lead from the front against the Gauls. Yeah, here we go. And we also get the garrison of Greek spears and town guard. Nothing too crazy. We should be able to defeat Sabolos or Ceballos. Ceballos, I would imagine that's how you say it. Ceballos. Gaulic. I sort of identify that as sort of a Iberian, maybe a Celt-Iberian sort of name, not Gaulic. So looking at the general here, a lot of spears, heavier swordsmen as well, some lighter variants. They're all at full strength. Let's chuck a quick save and a hard save. But who would have thought that Cleopatra would be, an Egyptian faction would be fighting the Gauls in Rome, on the footsteps of Rome. Alrighty, just done a quick save and a hard save. Let's fight this one on the field. So even looking at my army build, it's a bit of a mismatch. The Battle of Rome, 36 BC, in the foresty area as well. So we have one unit of our cataphracts at 70%. Swordsmen there. Some of the mercenaries are more well equipped. Slingers as well. And also our skirmish cav is fine. We should have the numbers on them. It's just our strength. If someone gets caught, unfortunately, on a flank or on a side, they can rout. So we are probably going to have to rally up as best we can before we have a sort of united push against the Gauls. However, we do maintain cavalry supremacy and skirmisher. So if we can get behind their front line and maybe target their commander, we might be able to salvage something from this fight. But the Gauls have made the decision to flee into the forest and sort of reduce combat efficiency and fight as they would in their homeland of Gaul. Okay guys, well, welcome to the battlefield. A nice dry day in Rome. Let's start the deployment now, shall we? So my allied reinforcements are coming from my left. There's probably 3 armies coming in, so we're going to have to be relatively careful. Pushing out here might not be a bad idea. That's the issue, because we want to be out in the clear with our skirmishers. That's the only thing. Only 1 unit of pikes, which is fine. The only problem is if we get sort of overwhelmed there, that's going to be the issue. Look, you know what? We'll be fine. Make something like this. Put Cleopatra back in the forest just in case she gets targeted. Now, I'm pretty sure, because normally you're not... I think, like, technically, you're not meant to play as Cleopatra in vanilla Imperator Augustus. You need to buy the Field of Mars DLC to play as her, because the free LC is her, because you need the other women factions in there. So, where are these guys going? I think we should just get them all together and try and push somewhere. There's more of a clearing here away from that forest. So move here with my skirmishers and we'll go with that. Cataphracts. Sure, you can join them. You can just join them. That's no matter. So everyone else is coming from that far side. Alrighty. So, skirmish cav on the far right. We'll try and get them to target the general. We might get the cataphracts themselves to target potentially the archers or something. So what have we got here? We got a lot of, yeah, because it's a bit of a mismatch, isn't it? Because we've got our traditional pikes that have been with us for quite some time. We've actually got some Brutii infantry. Ethnic Italians from the south are going to be fighting for coin and glory from Egypt, for Egypt, I guess. Mercenary Sicilian veteran sellswords as well. They were from our quick conquest in Sicily. That's what I love about DEI. The units look fantastic. And there's even a bit of a story with your army builds, unless you wait and sort of convalesce. We've even got some mercenary light Illyrian raiders as well. And we've got mercenary Italian spears. So even though we're fighting the Gauls here, ethnic Italians from the south have risen up against the Latins in sort of Rome. So it's interesting they're willing to fight. Alright, let's start the battle here now. Enough chit-chat. Let's swing around and try and get to this open area as best we can. My reinforcements are coming here from the south. They are now moving in. Rally with Cleopatra! And we'll turn Mark Strong off for now. And then we've got more guys coming this side as well. So the quicker you can sort of head this way, the better. And these guys are moving here as well. So try and push into this position here, right out in the open, so we can eventually catch someone there. I'm sure we're going to have line of sight shortly. And let's go with skirmish mode. Okay, it does look like they're sitting further back, the Gauls. So let's try and move to this position then. Our reinforcements are coming slowly but surely. We'll move them there. And what I'll do is once everyone gets in there... Actually, look, you know, I might as well do it now. So what even is in this force? A weak detachment of soldiers that can essentially make up my secondary line. Oh god, they can't even make up their own line. They're just going to have to be in the center there. And actually, if I can somehow... because a little bit... Can I somehow... Yeah, that'll work. There we go, we got them. So what's even within this? There is some cavalry there, but most of it is just a bunch of chuff. Yeah, they can't even make a full line. It's because we haven't had time to replenish and repair. That's why it's so crucial in the game to do so. And we'll slightly move back here. And then, where was most of this? Because this is here as well. So there's one unit that's over here. It's this one. So I can move you... Oh, no, you're just doing your own thing for some reason. Alright, we'll group you away in your own detachment. But eventually I want you to get here. Alright, let's try and hit and target some of these Gauls. Because this is the first time we're fighting against them. You'd be surprised how high quality their armor in metalwork is for being a barbarian faction. They have some of the best steel and gold workers in the ancient world. We'll move up here. We might be able to still hit someone from behind. It does look like they're trying to protect their army quite well. We're just going to get drawn into arrow fire there, so it's not even a point to do it. Yeah, they're doing quite well. They're shielding incredibly well. So you can swing down here. That cavalry's coming as well. I want to try and hit them somewhere, but we're just going to get wrecked by archer fire. Oh, hang on. What's moving down here so quick? They do have their own cavalry there. So they do have a unit of cavalry. It's the generals. Well, if I sit you up here and then send you guys down here to go... Yeah, go for this. Yeah. He might have pulled away here, or he could be baiting us, I guess. Like in the forest. Yeah, he is a bit. Where's their general? Oh, there's even some stones and stuff deployed there. Yeah, pull further back here. Well, that cavalry's here that I was sending up. Yeah, swing around and go for it then. Because now you actually have reinforcements here. They're skirmishing well. We just need to grab them somehow. These very heavy cavalry's like moving away. We just need to grab him if we can. Like get up that way. Have they put a lot of deployables in the field, or is it just like a big lot of stones? No, it's not deployables, because sometimes it can be. Alright, try and follow and give chase for you. You send two higher up this way, you send them that way. My front line's nearly rallied up. But it does look like the Egyptian cataphracts are going to engage them. So we need to get everyone there now big time. Because they are a very weak unit numerically for this fight. So we need to make sure we get everyone in, even our own general. Chuck in Inspire and a rally. Just to hold for now. And make sure everyone gets into a slightly better position here. Quickly, we need to surround them. We might be able to get rid of their general. Everyone should be on skirmish mode. So like pull back that way. Because I want to get this fight if we can. Yep, it looks like we have general sort of Hellenic inspired Alexander the Great units. And then we have our Egyptian cataphracts pushing in there. If we can surround and dispatch the enemy general, the quicker the better. Now there is a unit pushing in. Should we suicide a unit of cataphracts to help? Just plug it away. Because we need time to get rid of their general. Get a unit of skirmish cav down here. They've been caught, unfortunately. Because even though I've got them on skirmish mode, they're still rather micro-intensive. Our cavalry's going to capitulate here, unfortunately. Due to a spear unit coming in, we've only killed 84. We really need my javelins around. So swing around here. You might be able to somehow get down here around and help, but we'll just have to see. Turn skirmish mode off and move here. Turn skirmish mode off as well and head this way. Okay, so we do have a general here. Yeah, fuck him. He doesn't really matter. He's not too important. Alright, come on, get around the top of this. Okay, you don't have any ammunition in yours, so you can go for this. Push into that. You swing around this here. Okay, what's better to go against? Probably hitting them from behind, cycle charging once, and then skirmishing. It doesn't look like they're pushing for my main front line just yet. Alright, so get them to get a charge around the back. We'll rotate out and then allow them to go from another point. So you pull back there. Even though Cleopatra... Yeah, now go for this, right? Yeah. Now what? Yeah, once you get around here, skirmish that from behind. Everyone else pull around the back of that. You're going to use all your ammunition before we even got a chance here. They're now being broken. Yeah. Alright, cycle charge this. Send one unit to hold there. 60. Maybe just try and cycle charge in and out. Alright. They're breaking. Come on, cycle charge, go. Form up, move, boom. You're not doing it. Right, now go. Again. 58. We just need to rock them. There we go. That did a bit. Now go out again. Oh, no, there we go. That might just do it. Go for another cycle charge, please. They're now officially gone now. Go into the back of this. God, fighting with such depleted units, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit crazy. 31 before the last initial charge. And they're gone. Swing around here. These heavy swordsmen tried to make a play and push, and now my light infantry are going for it. Good. Swing down around here. And everyone else is sort of sitting there. Okay, we've got some reinforcements coming in. And we'll chuck them there. Alrighty. So we don't have to be stuck in this combat with them. So everyone can actually move out. Even though there's 160 there, we might be able to, if we spread out quick enough. charge in again. There we go. Hit them from 5 different angles. That should be able to rout them, even though if they're heavier infantry. Spears might last longer. They're just getting smashed from all sides. The Gauls aren't going to be able to hold, and I reckon that's it for them. They've now retreated, trying to bravely save the General Sabios. Cutting them down. Brave Hellenic General's bodyguard, along with Egyptian heavy cataphracts. Excellent. They have now been destroyed. And these guys can get a well-deserved break. Okay. So maybe we should posture out in the open there. Are they going to even attempt to push us? Even though their general's been defeated. We might have to push against them. Maybe hitting them from the side might be a good idea. Because you never know, even from the side we might be able to do some damage. Yeah, so hit that. You hit them on the side. They seem to be sitting there quite static, that's the only thing. Because if we're quick enough we might be able to get a quick charge in. Yeah, they're just turning way too quickly. My men are exhausted. Yeah, no, that wasn't the play. Because they have plenty of ammunition now. And a well-placed shot could just rout them. Even if they're lightly armoured. Okay, so now still 50%. Alright, it's probably time to move up our infantry and get them into the action. So basically everyone here. Yeah, so there's probably not much of a difference. Yeah. So that's what I would consider to be the front line. Trying to take the tree line there is going to be difficult. Especially fighting in the thick of it. But that might be the only play we have. Because terrain-wise, they've picked a really good position. We're not going to be able to use our skirmishers effectively. Only down here. Which is fine, we just need to rotate them adequately. That's my cavalry contingent now. We'll move everyone into a better position. Along with Cleopatra, like here, say. They are stretching that a bit. Maybe rotate it slightly. Because it's actually more this way now than what it was. Where's Cleo there? And we'll keep my cavalry there because I'll allow my skirmishers to go here with the protection of the cavalry. Okay, so it looks like they're moving some of their very light archer units there, and they're going to be able to rain upon our initial moving troops with impunity. Oh, Woden! They should be able to do quite well. It's okay, they're only starting to pin down Italian mercenary units. Okay. Everyone's nearly here now in position. We might even start a charge. But they're right where we want us. They're starting to pin us down already. Let's try and close the distance. Looks like they might... Yeah, the second line's not quite there. Alright. Let's move up to try and meet them there. Probably a little bit too much on that other side. Slightly. Oh no, it looks like they're going to try and meet us there. With some of the lighter units. Let's countercharge that where you can. And they're already sending in some of the melee. No. Just seems to be a bit of a skirmish back and forth. Alrighty. What I'll do now is try and get my guys like here. And we'll cycle charge around the back. Okay, everyone seems to be committing here now big time. So push and try and countercharge in positions that I was initially trying to take. Now, secondary line can move up as a support there, basically. And you can like plug this. Alright, Cleo needs to move way up here. Alright, we need to start flanking big time. If we can get my slingers to operate here, within this area, we'll be fine. Alright. I was going to say, like, do we pick a unit each to sort of cycle charge into that? Yeah, I guess we do. We are... Oh, they seem to be buckling in certain areas. Like I said, if they get caught, that's my only concern. Alright, let's drop down all our abilities. Because unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stand too long in hand-to-hand combat. Just due to... We just don't have the numbers on a lot of our units now. Okay, so this side is actually quite well because... Yeah, they can actually rotate down here adequately. There's a lot of units here, which is good. Oh, they're actually shattered. So if you can go something like this. Yep, let the cavalry... Excuse me, let the cavalry go through here. Skirmish is doing exactly what I wanted. I wanted to create this sort of murder nest here that they could shoot down to. They're doing quite well. You can rotate there. Alright, so already... Just in here below the forest. And then there was some other Gauls that extended slightly. You gotta give it to them. What's this? Oh, that's just one of their units there. I'm surprised. Oh wow, this is all broken in there pretty much. I'm surprised that they were willing to sacrifice a full stack for the defense of their allies. Or maybe they were just cheekily trying to somehow siege the city of Rome for themselves. Alright. Okay, there's a unit in there completely surrounded. Get my cavalry there to cycle. There's just units sitting by here, which isn't good. Get these skirmishers like here. They need to be targeting this clump more than anything. What's here? Whatever's here bar skirmishers really needs to rotate here. Except for that going for this. You pull back, you pull back. Yeah. There's not many there now. Yeah, this is what we want. They're shooting nice up and over there, hitting them on the side. Okay. Cleo doesn't have much more. That's just cavalry. Allow our skirmishers to target that. Alright, send them down. You go after this. And get you guys down here. Alright, get into the back of these guys. Okay, only 4 maybe units left. 5. God, they're still holding out. Some of them. You push into this now. What's happening here? Oh, they've been caught, unfortunately. You fall this way. Send a couple that way. Right, they're now gone. Yep, there we go. There's only 1 unit here holding now. And my cavalry can push down and deal with the rest. Let's continue to bring them down. Even Cleopatra from her chariot now is getting off some shots. Shame she doesn't have like a weapon or a peeler herself, but she did take a little bit of fire. She got a bloody red nose like Rudolph. Right, I'm sure there's a Rudolph or a Rolf in this army. Finish off the goals. Bring them down. Alright, let's make sure none leave here alive. Run down as many of them as you can. And then Rome, the city of Rome, is ours for the taking and safe for now. My only fear was that if we had to actually siege it, even though we wiped most of the garrison in the last episode, that the Gauls would just war deck me and push in. But we've gotten rid of them. We've also gained some valuable experience. Pretty cool army build though. I don't mind the Gauls, they're a pretty cool and unique, interesting faction. They've now been caught. There's a small detachment up there, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get there. King Etoi. We might be able to grab a couple there. I won't move Cleo in. We'll just end it there. A close victory. Alright, let's have a look at the casualties sustained and casualties inflicted. So, we deployed 6,964. Just shy of 7,000, and we lost 1,532. So we still outnumbered them quite a bit. However, the main problem with our army is that just the depletion of so many. There was no sort of tight unit cohesion in numbers, but we like in the units themselves. But on the battle map, we actually did all right in doing so. Sabios of the Gauls deployed 4,200 and lost 2,636. Looking at our soldiers, we used our Javcav effectively. 313, 242, 178. Slingers could have done a little bit better. Swordsman did alright, 132. Even Cleopatra did 26 kills there. The cavalry of the general did 103. There must be a sword unit that did quite high. Oh, no, even their sort of professional ones didn't do that well. 107, 83. And this is a fully strength army as well. Maybe once again we just had 3,000 on them. Archers 88, 64, 74. That volley sitting up as they emerged from the tree line and us having to push it. A fair few Egyptian souls were lost. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. An honourable death. Yeah, we lost our general unfortunately. Oh, that's alright. Poor bugger. We need to take out theirs though. Leo Tacitus. An honourable death. I believe he was like a rank 5 commander as well, so quite high. Unfortunately, the Gauls did run back there. We can't move. Actually, can you move out of... If you can move there and you move here, that... No, you can't. I was going to say it might give you slightly more zone of control, but that's alright. And we'll finish off the last of the Gauls here officially. There we go. Whoa, that town guard got smashed. Alrighty, and let's move back to Rome itself. Fantastic. Well, guys, unfortunately on that note, it's time to end episode 6 of the Total War Rome 2 Divide et Impera Imperator Augustus modded campaign as Egypt as Cleopatra here. We're ending episode 6 and the series, I believe. Not really much else I would like to do personally. We've hit all of my ambitions and my sort of short victory conditions that we set out. We started off in humble beginnings in Egypt, taking Jerusalem, taking out Judea, expanding our domain in the east. We pushed against the desert nomads in North Africa. We made good trade partners with the Ethiopians and Saudis to the south and east. We took the coastal area of North Africa, making alliances with the Gamantians and Numidians. We had the siege of Carthage. We threw back a Lepidus army. We managed to take the entirety of Sicily, southern Italy, and now Roma itself. We've managed to crown my husband, Mark Antony, the official undisputed emperor of Rome, and I've also managed to secure Egypt's dynasty while having 3 children and having an adopted daughter who's had some more children, so I have some adoptive grandsons as well. But nothing is set in stone, of course. I keep every single save of my Let's Play so we can always come back to them. If there's sort of an over-resounding support and consensus in the comments, if the likes, the views, the comments are all good, we can do more episodes. If not, people usually tune off by about episode 6, so we might sort of start a new campaign. There's a couple things we could like wrap up, but overall, I don't think there's much sort of we can really do for this. Like Pompey, we could maybe push over and eliminate him, seeing as we haven't fought him just yet. Lepidus has been smashed out of North Africa. He's actually gone back to his only holding there in Tingis. He does have some armies here. We might be able to fight him on the field. Octavian has been defeated and now fled back to Gaul. Mark Antony really didn't help us out in this campaign, focusing on Thrace and his eastern provinces. It was actually us who made the push for Rome itself, but Pompey have nearly been knocked out. We actually have more power than them. Lepidus, we're even. And Octavian, even after losing Rome in a full stack, he's still quite powerful due to having the Belgae, the Gauls, and the Helvetii on his side. But Cleopatra, the pharaoh of Egypt, has taken Rome here today, and I think it's a nice way to end the series. So let me know in the comments what you'd like me to replace it with. Doesn't necessarily have to be Rome 2. But it could be, we could maybe play some Empire Divided, maybe play as Gallic Rome or Aurelian. We could maybe play more on the Imperator Augustus campaign pack, maybe playing as Parthia. We haven't actually played with Lepidus, so maybe playing as the Brazen Bull, we could do that. Or maybe Pompey. Let me know in the comments. We could go back to Medieval Kingdoms Total War 12 AD, or maybe a Paradox game. Let me know other strategy games you'd like me to Let's Play on the channel instead. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.